Hey guys, welcome to what I think will be the first of many monthly cactus videos. In the future, I plan on making these videos to be more of a speed drawing where I talk about my goals for the month, like artistically, and maybe future videos and plans I'd like to do. But for now, I think for the first video, this is just going to be an introduction on what that is. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of talk and ramble in a somewhat organized way about, why I'm drawing, what I'm drawing, and just kind of talk about, I'll just talk about what I'm drawing right now, I guess. So why a cactus? In the past, I was primarily a digital artist where I mainly used Illustrator to do my illustrations and drawings and all that stuff. But sometime last year in the summer, I decided to get back into watercoloring. I'd always kind of been on and off watercoloring in the past before. It was always something that I kind of played around with whenever I just got kind of bored of digital art and wanted to try something new. So last year in the summer, I decided to pick up watercoloring again because I'd been looking for a quicker way to illustrate. When I illustrate digitally, I take a very long time nitpicking on every small detail, trying to get every single line right, trying to get everything to look perfect. And in the end, it just takes way longer for me to illustrate anything, and I saw that as kind of a problem for me, and I really wanted to kind of get drawings out quicker and faster and produce more, so I thought, well, traditional art is a lot quicker for me because I can't nitpick over these small things. Once I have put a line down, it is down, and there's no changing watercolor on the paper. I mean, you can to some extent, but for the most part, what you put down is down, and I can't sit there and change every small little thing. Also, I just really like the unpredictability in that aspect. So when you put a line down, it might not go down the way you want it. It might not be perfect. That's okay. Imperfections in illustrations can be very interesting. Also, happy accidents don't happen on the computer. Well, they can, but not the same aspect watercoloring has. And I also just really like having a physical copy. So I've been doing these watercolors since about last summer, and I have this huge stack of illustrations, and I don't like having a bunch of junk like sitting around in my house. However, it is really nice to see physically all these things that you've created. It has a more fulfilling, I think, feeling than having all these digital files just kind of sit around on your computer and you never really see them again. So where the cactus came from was when I started to watercolor again. The first thing I decided to start on was a series of illustrations based on cactus creatures that I made up. So I think I did like a cat, some sort of dog thing, just some like made up creatures, and they were all made out of cactus, so they were green, they had little needles on them. So one of the creatures I came up with was just a deer that looked like a cactus, and for the antlers, that was where my main focus was. So I wanted to make the antlers look like just this mess of a maze of cactus, just like cactus growing in all different directions, but it looked like antlers. So after I made that illustration, I was like, wow, that was really fun and really interesting and just really relaxing to make overall. So I think after I finished that set of illustrations, I decided to just draw a cactus like in a planter, and I really liked it. It was fun. You never knew which way it was gonna go. I just kind of winged it, and they always looked different, and they were just fun. And I like to add little different details to each one, kind of customize each one. But that's like all I drew for a couple of weeks, and I was like, no one wants to see cactus every day, so not even I do. I mean, I love them, but you gotta draw something else. About the end of the year, I did a Halloween-themed cactus. It was like a blue cactus coming out of a pumpkin, it had little ghosties on it. And I also did a Christmas one, which was decorated like a tree, so there was like a star at the top with some lights on it. So at the beginning of this year, I decided to do a New Year's cactus, and I thought, why not do like a monthly themed cactus for every month? That way I'm not doing several cactus throughout the year and every month and every week. And this way each cactus kind of has like a cute little theme to it, just a way to bring in the new month. And so far I really enjoyed it. So another thing is why I'm using really garbagey watercolor for this. When I first started back into watercoloring, I was using just some really crappy watercolor cakes that I got from a craft store for like children, which they were fine for playing around with and occasionally using, but I didn't want to invest in very expensive watercolor until I knew that I was actually going to commit to watercoloring like this. I didn't want to do watercolor for a month like it was a fad and then go back to digital art and have wasted $100 on some really good watercolor that I'm never going to touch again. So I started off doing the cactus creatures with really crappy watercolors, and then much later on, actually I used those crappy watercolors for way too long, I upgraded to some better paints. However, when I do these cactus, I still kind of want to use the crappy watercolors because I just kind of feel like it's in the spirit, I guess, of getting back into watercolor. I just really like the way it's like really sloppy, they're kind of crappy, the textures are rougher, the lines are rougher because there's like less control. And I mean, it's like the McDonald's of my illustrations, you know, it's crappy, but I like to use it sometime. I mean, come on. What's wrong with that? So that's the history of the cactus. Oh, the cactus you saw at the beginning with the illustration, those sewn felt cactus. If you want to see a tutorial on how to sew those, let me know, because I was thinking about making a tutorial on how to sew at least one of them, and if you guys liked it, maybe I would make a tutorial for the other ones. But let me know if you want to see how to make those sewn cactus. Now, maybe I'll make a video. I think I will. Alright, well, that was the monthly cactus for March, and I will see you guys later. Bye!